Hi everybody, today we are doing a pick a pile reading and let us shuffle the deck. This is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck and this is going to give you deep and profound messages. So focus on one particular pile and that will take your energies and we'll get to know what messages the universe has for you. Alright, with that, one, two, these are random pulls, 3 and 4. So we have 4 piles here. Please pick and choose one and meditate on it. Alright? Think about what is pressing on your mind. What is the kind of solution you are looking for from the cards? What is your deepest problem? And think of the pile as your solution giver. Meditate on it. Alright, let's take a few more seconds and then we'll turn the piles. Think about it. Bring the energies into the pile. Alright, let us shuffle now one by one. Let us say this is pile number 4 and this says the mirror. Pile number 3 says the healer. Pile number 2 says the river. And pile number 1 says the warrior. Now let us dive deep into the meanings of each one. Now let us begin reading for your first pile, which says the warrior. This says, we often envision the warrior as an armed figure with sword in hand moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaninglessness, confrontations, and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. It is likely a great one with deep roots and long standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles. So choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within. Then surrender to the battle. As said, these are profound messages, and let us read more. It says, when light, it is fierce clarity, purposeful action, resolve, and resilience, and when dark, threats, savagery, abandoning mission and values. So hopefully we are in the light, and this says you have to realign with the eternal wisdom within, because the actions you take will stay long after the dust settles, and you are likely fighting a deep and a great battle. So the tensions are long standing, but the end goal here is to surrender to the battle. And that is how the universe will guide you to your goals. With that, let us now move on to your second pile. Those of you who chose the river, let us see. Okay, we have the river with us now, and let us look at what it says. The river. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation than we planned to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential. Nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. The river here asks you to let go of everything that is false, everything that does not belong, and be your true, authentic self and shine in your light. Right? With that, this says the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential. So there is nothing to hide, nothing to judge, and it is time that you bring your true self to light. And with that, the river when light says acceptance, grace, reflection, and forgiveness. And when dark, it says torment of emotions, flooding, overwhelm. So I wish for all of us to be in the light and not in the dark. With that, let us move on to the healer and let us read. The healer. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles. Knowing the cycle of healing is not linear, it is a multi layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. The healer here is asking you to heal, to forget through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal radiance that already exists. You might go back and forth while healing, but you must remember that this cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi layered and circuitous process. And this gift is within us all. With that, when the healer is in light, it is self contained, grateful, and awake. And when it is dark, it is tired, needy, forgetting its own practice. And with that, let us move to the mirror, which is the fourth pile. The mirror says, we look into the mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. Now, when the mirror is light, it is witnessing the deeper self, pure awareness. And when it is dark, it is narcissism, comparison, and harsh edges. This message is asking you to stay away from narcissistic tendencies, from comparing yourself to others and then feeling low, and to avoid not looking at your inner light. Alright, always remember that the person who you are within plays a role far deeper than what you look like in the outside, than what is just visual. Alright, so these were your messages here. And if you enjoy readings like these, be a part of this channel, and I'll meet you in the next one. Until then, take care.